And continuing with this theme of the president going after those who he believes to be enemies of the state, former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted on 2 federal charges, escalating President Donald Trump's campaign to punish his political adversaries. Comey, who was one of President Trump's most outspoken critics, faces charges of making false statements to Congress and obstruction of a congressional proceeding. Both allegations center on his September 2020 testimony to the Senate Judiciary Committee about leaks from the FBI regarding the Trump and Hillary Clinton investigations during the 2016 presidential campaign. Now, according to the indictment, Comey denied authorizing anyone at the FBI to act as an anonymous source in the media reports. And prosecutors now say that statement was false, and he faces up to 5 years in prison if convicted. The indictment was announced by Lindsey Halligan, a former personal attorney to President Trump, who was recently appointed to the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. Halligan has no prior experience as a prosecutor, signed the charging documents without the support of career prosecutors in her office. In fact, her predecessor resigned after refusing to bring charges, citing insufficient evidence. Attorney General Pam Bondi, however, echoed the White House line, writing on X that no one is above the law. She insisted the Department of Justice was in fact committed to holding powerful figures accountable. But critics accused President Trump of pressuring her to act against his political enemies. Now, after the indictment, Comey responded in an Instagram video declaring his innocence and welcoming a trial.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump. But we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either. I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
The case is already drawing strong reactions as Virginia Senator Mark Warner called it a sad day for the justice system, accusing President Trump of forcing out independent prosecutors and replacing them with loyalists. Even Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren warned it's Comey today, but it could be anyone tomorrow. President Trump, however, celebrated the development on Truth Social. He wrote, quote, "one of the worst human beings this country has ever been exposed." He further went on to label Comey as corrupt, adding that he will be held responsible for his crimes.
It seems like an indictment of James Comey is imminent. Would this be the first step in accountability for pushing the hoax of Russia, along with Barack Obama involved as well?
Well, I can't tell you what's going to happen because I don't know. You have very professional people headed up by the Attorney General, and Todd Blanche, and Lindsey Halligan, who's very smart, good lawyer, very good lawyer. They're going to make a determination. I'm not making that determination. I think I'd be allowed to get involved if I want, but I don't really choose to do so. I can only say that Comey's a bad person. He's a sick person. I think he's a sick guy, actually. He did terrible things at the FBI.
Now, Comey will appear in court in Alexandria, Virginia on October 9th, and considering DOJ prosecutors uniformly recommended not moving forward with the case, the chances of securing a conviction, at least for now, appear to be an uphill climb. Still, with the raid on the home of former National Security Advisor John Bolton and now an indictment of the former FBI director, the president is moving full steam ahead, going after as many detractors and perceived enemies. Democracy and rule of law, beware.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
At $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka-charge mo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Skali radikali.
Japanese,
$1 mo.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.